Okay, in this video, what we're going to talk about is how to save a basic file. And when you're saving stuff, you want to save it into either your My Documents H drive. The school provides each student with a, a virtual drive that you can access from anywhere on the school network on any computer, or you could save it into your Google Drive, another thing that the school provides for you, or you can save it onto a flash stick. But either way, you have to save it somewhere that's not physically in the computer on the C drive, just because the computers break and it could miss, uh, you could lose your entire drawing. So when I come up here, what I'm going to do is I go up to the R, and I'm going to go to Save As, and we're going to save it as a project. And you want to save it, we said, in your My Documents. So you can see in my Documents I have an ETHS folder, and then I have folders for all the classes I teach. And so you want to make a folder, all you do is right click, and let's go down to New. Let's call it a folder, and then hopefully you have a folder for each one of your class. So I'm going to just call it class name. You're going to call it CEA, and then in there I could save the file. Now we're going to have tons of different files, so if you have everything saved in one folder, it might even get further a little bit confusing for you. So what I do is I make folders within folders. So I can make a folder and we can call it Unit 1, and then you could just double click and you want to save it. Don't save it as Project 1. What is the name of the project that you're working on? So maybe this is the shed project, and I'm going to call it the shed project, and I'm going to save it in there, and there it is saved. And so now when I start and I go to open up Revit again, I hit open, I could hit on the documents, and there would be my ETHS folder, and then I have the class name folder. Yours would be whatever you call it, Unit 1, and there would be the shed project. Now you actually saw when I opened it up previously, so if I just went to open, all right, I could open up here this icon. It usually defaults to the last place you save something, so it's going to default to that folder. All right, so that's where you're going to want to save it. Now, if I wanted to take this step further, I wanted to back it up on my Google Drive. What I could do is I go down to my internet, all right, and now I'm in my Google Drive. All right, if you can't get from that, go into your email and click on the little waffle icon up here, we like to call it, and go to Drive. Then we're going to go to My Drive, and I could go to Upload Files, and I would simply go, and we saved it in my documents, remember? ETHS, and then we call the class name, whatever you're going to call it, Unit 1, and I could click on that, Shed Drive. It will open it up into my Google Documents, and you can see I've been kind of sloppy here lately, and I haven't put my stuff, but you can see I have class folders for each one of the classes. So I could take that file, and I could drop it into my class. You'll have it a little bit organized a little differently, and then it would be in there, and I could access it from at home or whatever. But keep in mind, when you save something in your Google Drive, you can't save from Revit into your Google Drive. So just keep that in mind when you do that, because you're going to constantly have to be updating. And the other thing is, if we go and we look at some of my files I may have. Let's go here. I know I have some ones in. So, whoa! So, here is the Keystone Library project. All right, and you can see these are temporary backup files. Any ones with these double zeros and numbers on it is going to be temporary backup files that the computer makes. So don't open these. The only time you open these is if you go and you open up the one without the numbers on it and it's corrupted or there's a problem, then you revert back to your most recent one, which would be the highest number. But this is going to slow down your computer having all these files. So occasionally you're going to want to go in and just kind of delete all these backup files, because they're just going to slow down your computer and you don't really need them. So it's good file management to go back and kind of delete those temporary files or those temporary backup files that your computer has made for you. So that's where you're going to want to save your stuff, is in the My Documents. And if you need to save into your Google Drive, that's another thing. And then obviously if you wanted to save into a flash stick and you plugged it in and you just save as, you would hit computer and it should come up right here, and then you could save it within the flash stick. But I recommend saving it into your My Documents H drive that the school provides you.